You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. And as always, thank you guys for watching. We're going to talk about MSNBC's Joy Reid because she went on one of her racist tangents. Yes, gave us some more material. Somehow this woman continues to have a show, but her ratings have plummeted. Did a video, maybe it was last week, about the fact that essentially from the time she premiered, her ratings are now half of what they used to be. I can't imagine who tunes into her outside of just flat radicals. I mean, people like Patrisse Cullors, the co-founder of the BLM. I'm sure Joy Reid is her go-to news program every night, must-see TV. And, of course, MSNBC's not getting rid of her. She's a woman and she's black, okay? So she doesn't want to be, MSNBC doesn't want to be labeled a sexist or a racist, or in their case, both, since it's her. Well, that allows her, that gives her a platform to go out and say absolutely crazy shit like this. Joy Reid says white Christian nationalism has consumed the GOP. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's an entire movement out there called the walk-away movement. Okay, and there's a lot of people of all ethnicities, sexual preferences, you name it, that are part of this walk-away movement that have left the Democratic Party. Trump got a lot of these people in, by the way. Walked out of the Democratic Party right over into the Republican Party and started voting, starting with Trump. That's why it was so hard to believe the sort of outcomes that we are supposed to have believed from whenever it was a couple of years ago. So, here we are. She's decided to go after white people again, Christians again, and of course, here we go with the nationalism shit. Also, the Republican Party is growing leaps and bounds, not only among blacks, but especially among conservative Hispanics, okay? That's a growing force in the Republican Party. All the Hispanics I know, by and large, have very conservative values. A lot of them are Catholics. They're very religious. They've got a strong belief set. Family comes first, and work ethic. Well, that's conservative values right there. So, of course, Joy Reid's going to make some lunatic assumptions here, which is what MSNBC is going to allow her to keep doing. Leftist MSNBC host Joy Reid claimed in a tweet on Tuesday that the GOP aims to gain power throughout the government and block the LGBTQ and non-white voices, except for individuals who uphold the idea that white Christian dominion is the foundation of the nation. What? Quote, the goal of the Republican Party today is to seize control of every level of government, to lock out voices of color, LGBTQ voices, except those who conform to their demand that history and education uplift white Christian dominion as the one true bedrock of America. Reid tweeted, well, I would agree that America was sort of founded on Christianity. I think there is something in that, but I don't know what that has to do with skin color whatsoever. She went on to claim that white Christian nationalism has consumed the GOP and is impacting governmental institutions throughout society. This dominionism is a white Christian nationalism. It is a cultish, sometimes violent, ugly, and cruel. It has swallowed the Republican Party as a whole. It dominates the Supreme Court, and it's rolling over our state legislatures, school boards, Congress, and governors mentioned, she asserted. Wow, we're all about to lose so many rights. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's nothing but fear-mongering. Okay, even if Roe versus Wade gets overturned, all it does is go back to the state law. You go back to doing what the state, and look, it should have never been voted in federally ever, okay? But the fact is, it'll go back to the decision of the state, and the state will decide what the law is. I mean, it's that way with almost every other law, for crying out loud. That doesn't mean gay marriage is going away. That doesn't mean somebody's about to outlaw interracial marriage. That's not happening. And they even state that in said opinion draft. It's just an opinion draft so far. But everybody continues to lose their minds. We're about to lose so many rights so fast. Most people won't know what hit them until it's too late, Reid tweeted. Fascism isn't a game, y'all. It's real. And it's in America, sometimes dressed in a kooky personality cult or carrying a Confederate flag. Okay. And not enough people are fighting it, she added. And the first casualty will be women who are about to find out what, quote, big government really looks like. Is there any bigger government than the federal government? This is going back to a state level again. Fear-mongering, lies, flat lies. Let me go on TV and just lie. Thanks to the Christian nationalism majority of the Supreme Court and the Republicans who are licking their chops at taking over the House and especially the Senate, well, if Democrats weren't acting so damn crazy, maybe that wouldn't have happened. But so many people went radical, and they're going to lose their seats over it. On her show earlier this year, Reid claimed the Republican Party desires white nationalism autocracy within America. Reid said in a tweet on Monday that the pro-life movement should instead be referred to as the forced birth movement. There is no pro-life movement. Pro-life would be pro-healthcare, school lunches for hungry kids, and mercy for migrants fleeing literal death. What about babies facing literal death? Okay. Pro-life would be fight poverty, fund kids, education in kids, and maternal health care. Call them what they are, forced birth movements. And that's where we leave off with her. My God. Okay, so, like we said, she's talking about we're about to have to succumb to big government. No, you're not. No, you're not. We go back to the state. They specifically state in this opinion draft, there's no other laws or anything going to be affected. There's no disappearing of interracial marriage or same-sex marriage. They specifically state this decision will not touch or affect or influence future decisions whatsoever made in this country. That was a thing. You gloss over that, and part of the fear-mongering around this is to push all the other stuff that is supposedly going to go away. Lies, 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 lies. Joey Reid. And her show is Reidout, by the way. I don't watch it. I'm sure almost none of you do. Judging by the ratings, none of you do. Okay. Again, I think Tucker Carlson is 3 times her ratings now. 3 or 4 times her ratings. I mean, that tells you something. Democrats tuned in for her primetime show and thought she was too radical and was like, F this B. And there are some white Democrats, too. And when they tune in, they were like, wait a minute, I'm not a racist. Why are you calling me one? This doesn't make sense. Click. And that's what's going on with the votes, too. Click. I mean, come on. I mean, the party is growing leaps and bounds amongst African Americans and Hispanics. And you want to label everybody, the Republican Party, as white nationalism. Get the f*** out of here with that nonsense. Where, if anything, we can be called the America First Common Sense Party. There. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.